Hey guys, it's Stacey with FiXX. This is your week 4 COVID workout. We are going to be doing body weight only. You just will need a towel today, so if you want to pause this video and go grab a towel, you're going to be using that as your prop today. We're going to be doing some high intensity intervals. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to warm you up like we normally do. Then we're going to have some 30-second on, 20-second off intervals. We are going to be alternating one cardio-based interval with one strength-based interval. So plan on getting sweaty. That was our goal today, is to get sweaty. And let's go ahead and start the warm-up. So we're going to start on the floor. I want to start by really waking up your whole, basically, abdominal hoop. Your abdominal hoop is everything on your body except your head, arms, and legs. So we want to get this whole abdominal hoop really firing and activated and strengthened before we get started. So we're going to start with our basic McGill Big 3. We're going to start by putting our diamond in our low back. We're going to lay on the ground. You've got one knee bent and one knee straight. You're going to lift your head, shoulders, and elbows for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And we're going to do this 5 times on each side, guys. So lift your head, shoulders, and elbows. And make sure you tuck your chin back, kind of like an ugly double chin. What you don't want to do is leave this with a chin jutting out. You want to tuck that chin back. Good, guys. We're going to do 2 more repetitions. Up and squeeze. Make it tremble a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're not helping with that straight leg. The way you'll know is that that toe will be real active. Make that straight leg floppy and lazy. And we're going to switch sides. So if you're doing that well, your core will be trembling a little bit. So switch sides. Now I've got my right leg straight and my left leg bent. Remember, lazy, 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 floppy right leg right now. Let him just fold off to the side. Pull your rib cage down to your belt buckle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. And pull it up. Tuck that chin back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. 3 more, guys. Here we go. Up and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. And up and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax that. We're going to shift to our side planks. We want to get the obliques and the serratus firing, so we're going to shift over. I'm going to start on my left side. We're going to do both. It really doesn't matter. Your top leg is your front leg. Both toes are pulled back to your nose. You're going to set up and we're going to hold the side plank for 20 seconds. So we're going to lift, squeeze the glutes, tuck the chin back, and reach for the ceiling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lift those hips. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, as long as you can be. 19 and 20. Switch sides, guys. So I'm going to get over on my right elbow. Setting the top leg as the front leg so the feet are separated. The toes are pulled back to my nose. I'm thinking about squeezing the glutes, tucking the chin back, and squeezing my shoulder blades together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now, last part of our McGill Big 3 is our bird dogs. It's a progressive bird dog. There are 100 ways to do a bird dog incorrectly. The biggest mistake you can make on this is when you're separating, you're arching your low back. So your mission is to keep your rib cage and your pelvis tied together so that as you lift an arm and a leg, you do not have any separation from your rib cage to your pelvis. So I feel this in my core most of all. If you feel this in your low back, chances are you're arching your low back. So start off in quadruped position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. The baby progression of this is just slide the leg back. So I want you to just slide your left leg back. Look how I'm stiffening my knee, and I'm attaching that to my rib cage. So that's 1, and 1 on the other side. We're going to do 2 and 2, 2. Squeeze that glute. And 2. Now we're going to add the arm, guys. Go for length, not height. Length. 1. Opposite, opposite. And 1. Same thing, same level. Don't lift that back toe yet, guys. We're working our way up this little progressive ladder. Now in the third level, we're going to lift the foot, guys. Go for length, not height. 1. And 1. 2. I feel this in the core. And 2. Nice, guys. I love bird dogs. Very, very functional exercise for your rotary stability. All right, so from here, we're simply going to do some side lying leg lifts. I want you to just lay on your side, relax your head on your shoulder, and just from the glute, I want you to pull your leg up 10 times. Notice I've got my toe to my nose, 3. Now I'm using just my glute, and I'm keeping my abdominal hoop very, very stiff. 6, 7, fire that glute, guys. 8, 9, head is just relaxed. 10, and switch sides. So we're going to get on the other side. And we're getting the head in a comfortable position. I'm going to pull this toe to my nose. Just firing this glute lift. Now you could use some cheaters here. And so what you need to do, if you really want to feel it in the hip, sometimes you could put your hand where you're supposed to be feeling it. It's just right on the meat of the hip right here. 6, 7, that kind of gets the brain to send signals there. 8, 2 more. 9, and 10. And last in our little warm-up series, we're going to do a traditional glute bridge. I like the feet to be very close to the hips. Palms up. The 2 big cheater muscles here are going to be your low back and your hamstrings. So I need you to squeeze the glutes and lift. And if you're dominating this with your hamstrings, I need you to dig more weight into your heels. And I need you to put your mind and your muscle right here, guys. So you could even put your hands where you're supposed to be feeling it with this just glutes. If you're low back, I want you to put your hands right here on your rib cage to tell your rib cage to fire harder so that your low back does not dominate the show. I lost count like I do very well. So we're going to do 2 more. 2 and 1. And relax. Okay, so you should be getting a little warm and sweaty. I'm going to turn our timer on. It's going to be 30-second on, 20-second off intervals. So we're going to be moving. We're going to go through 10 exercises. We're going to take a break. Then we're going to hit those 10 exercises again. Now for all of our plyometrics and our high impact exercises, I'm going to give you low impact versions. So do not feel like you have to do the high impact version. I will give you low impact versions for all of our high intensity intervals. So starting off, let me get our timer going. We're going to hit some imaginary jump rope. Now if you have one and you want to grab it, pause the video and grab it. But basically we are just going to simulate jumping rope. Lock into your abdominal hoop and let's just get springy right here. Now notice from a side angle, I'm trying to be very, very stiff through my spine. And I'm just having very, very quick, light jumps. So you want to maintain posture, keep your chin tucked back. You can simulate the little arm swings if you'd like. I need smooth breathing. What we're doing right here is we're getting your heart rate up. I promised you sweat, guys. It's coming.
3, 2, 1.
And rest. So we got 20-second breather, but make your way to the floor. We're going to be hitting a traditional push-up. I'll be demonstrating the knee-assisted push-up. Remember on our push-ups, guys, 45-degree elbows, chin tucked back. I'm setting up my push-up by laying on the ground and putting my thumbs to the outside of my armpit. I'm going to tighten the area where my belt buckle would be. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, drive all 10 fingers through. Inhale, lower. Exhale, drive all 10 fingers through. Keep that abdominal space really tight. Of course, if you're advanced, guys, you could hit these on your toes. You pick what method's best for you. Just make sure that you don't have that dreaded duck butt to where you're leaving your hips in the air. That means your hands are too close to your knees. All right, so from here, we're gonna be hitting some mountain climbers. If you're feeling very, very healthy and spunky, I'd like you to do the quick version of this where you're gonna switch those feet in mid-air. And if you want the low impact version, let's hit one at a time. I don't care how far your feet come up. I'd like you to pull your feet forward. You guys are following that timer, by the way. You're going. I'd like you to pull from your rib cage. I'd like you to pull from your abdominals more than your hip flexors. So don't worry about how high your feet are coming up close to your hands. I'd much rather you just have these little bitty taps right here and push all 10 fingers into the ground. Try to maintain that neck space, guys, as you go and not let those shoulders swallow up your ears. Okay, so from here, we're going to be hitting alternating forward lunges. So we're back up. Remember when you lunge, guys, you want to lunge down like an elevator and not lunge forward like an escalator. Okay, so what that means is we're going to take a big step forward. A big step forward, and I want you to lunge down like an elevator, push through, and what I don't want you to do is lunge forward like an escalator. Okay, because that loads the knees. So we're alternating right leg, push through, then left leg, push through. If you're getting a lot of knee sensations, I'd like you to push more from your heel. Alternate right leg, left leg. And let's keep that core brace very, very strong. And rest. So from here, we're going to hit squat jacks. So these squat jacks are simply going to be touch the floor, jump together, touch the floor, jump together. Now, the low impact version is going to be touch the floor, step together, touch the floor, step together. So, touch the floor, jump together, touch the floor, jump together. Or, touch the floor, step together, touch the floor. That's our low impact, guys. That's our low impact. We want mobility here, so get your hand all the way to the floor, all the way to that floor for mobility of the hips. Your breathing should be kicking up. I'm not even doing it. My breathing's kicking up, guys.
3, 2.
And be ready to grab that towel. So we're going to be hitting an overhead squat. So I'd like you to take your towel, and we're going to lift it up very nice and tall with straight elbows. We're going to sink down and as low into our hips as we can, while not letting that towel jet forward. Some of you might not get far, but your mission is not to let your towel go way in front of you. Try to keep it overhead. Push those feet through the floor. Straight elbows, guys, straight elbows. Pull your towel apart. Think about pulling that towel apart. It's hard, y'all. Heavy towel. And rest. Okay, so next we've got squat jumps. Now, the low impact version is simply just going to be squat, pop out, your feet never leave the floor. Squat, pop out, your feet never leave the floor. If you're going to hit those squat jumps, you're simply going to pop out, land soft. Pop out, land soft. All right, guys, take a smooth breath. Here we go. Squat jumps, pop out, land soft. Pop up, land soft. Or don't let your feet leave the floor and just use some speed for your low impact version. Soft landings, guys, soft landings. Make your feet as quiet as possible. Be explosive on the way up, but be soft on the way down. 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Okay, we're probably about to do one of our hardest exercises. We're going to lift our thumbs. So lay on your belly, put your forehead down on the mat. Keep your forehead down. All you're going to do is put your thumbs up to the side. You're going to lift for a T with straight elbows, a Y, and then with straight elbows, an I. So keep your forehead on the ground. Lift your thumbs. T, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Y, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And I, lift those thumbs up and feel the weight of the world in those thumbs, guys. T, Y, straight elbows, lift, I. Why are those so hard? Posture muscles, guys.
2, 1. Rest.
And next is our plank jack. So let's stay down. Are we sweating? Hands right under shoulders. Maintain your neck space. So many times when I see people plank, I see that their hands are ahead of their nose, but pull your nose ahead of the fingertips. And plank jacks, the impactful version is, the high intensity version is to jack the feet. The modification is right leg toe tap, left leg toe tap, right leg toe tap. Woo! Almost didn't keep my nose over my fingertips, guys. You got to focus on keeping your nose over your fingertips. Try not to get your hands above your head here. Maintain your neck space. Bring some speed and intensity if you feel really healthy right here.
2, 1, rest.
And last but not least in this series is going to be a plank reach. Now we are going to hold a plank with feet wider than our shoulders for stability. And then we're going to reach out a hand into a Superman position. Again, nose over fingertips.
2, 1.
And we're going to reach into Superman. Hand back. Superman. Hand back. Now, of course, if you needed to do this on your knees, guys, that is a nice modification right here, because doing it on the feet is a little bit challenging. So I'm going to have all different levels watching today, and we want to make sure we hit all levels. Reach out, Superman, reach. No arching that low back, guys, reach.
2, 1.
And rest. Okay, we made it through round 1. So what I want you to do is get a sip of water. We are going to go through a cycle and skip it while we're letting our heart rate settle a little bit. Your heart rate should be beating, guys. It really should be beating with this high intensity workout. We get to do all of those exercises one more time. And then we are going to have a wonderful mobility cool down. So, breathe, breathe, breathe. I'm going to join you in the water break here. This would be so much better if I could have my Friday flashback music in the background, but then I couldn't post it online. So, you're stuck with just me.
3, 2,
Okay, so
1.
we've got 20 seconds before we're going to start all this again. We start back at the top of those exercises with our jump rope simulation. Remember when you're jumping, guys, we really, really want to key into this spinal stiffness.
3,
Everything
2,
around your spine,
1,
stiff as a board.
go.
And we're jump rope simulation right now. So I'm staying active in my glutes, active in my rib cage, keeping everything really locked in and stiff. You could do your wrist so that you could kind of train your brain what this would be like to jump rope. If you have a jump rope, jump in here and join me with that. When we're done here, guys, we're going to be on the floor hitting those push-ups.
3, 2, 1, rest.
And set up those push-ups. Of course, you can do this. If you're doing it on your feet should be shoulder width apart. And if you're doing it with me on your hands, let's set it up by making sure that our hands are at our armpits. If they're any closer back to your knees, you're going to have a duck butt. Tuck that chin back.
Go.
Strong through the belly button space. Inhale. Exhale, push. Inhale. Exhale, push. Nice, guys. You should feel core if you don't have a duck butt going on right now. You should feel that space that would be around your belt buckle. Breathe. We're going to stay down for mountain climbers next.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Okay, shake those arms out a little bit. They should be getting a little fatigued. We're going to hit these mountain climbers. We've got the hands right under the shoulders. Sometimes I see people setting up in a push-up position, but when you're hitting your mountain climbers and your planks, your hands should be right under the shoulders. We are going to set those feet up, nose ahead of fingertips, and we are going to either A, switch those feet in midair, or B, we're going to do the low-impact version of 1 foot at a time, 1 foot at a time. The hardest part here is not getting into a down dog position. The hardest part is owning a true plank position, nose ahead of fingertips. Must be important because I say it a lot, right?
3, 2, 1, rest.
Okay, pop up like a Pop-Tart. We are going to hit our alternating lunges. So we're going to be very mindful of our knees by making sure that we're going down like an elevator. Big steps forward is key on these alternating lunges.
3, 2,
So we're going to hit that right leg,
go.
and then we are going to go down, push through, left leg, down, push through. Alternate, guys, alternate. Be mindful of your core being turned on all the way through. You could add some speed and intensity to that if you were feeling really, really healthy right now. 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1, rest.
And some cardio. We'll hit those squat jacks as if lunges weren't cardio, right? So we're going to take that right hand down, pop it through, down, pop it through. Now, the thing is that we do want the hand to actually touch the ground because we're looking for the mobility aspect of this. This is the mobility. This is the plyo, okay? Now, I'm going to demonstrate our modified version. Step together, step right, step together, step left, step together, step right, step together, step left, step together, step right, step together, and so forth. Need 5 seconds, guys.
3, 2, 1, rest.
And our overhead squats, grab your towel, your heavy, heavy barbell, and pull on that towel, guys, as you bring it overhead. Now, you're going to bring that towel overhead. You're setting your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, trying to hold that towel back, get into that deep squat, and push back up. Now, your body mobility may want you to lean forward like that, and you're really trying to resist. If you lack thoracic extension or if you lack ankle mobility, you are definitely going to struggle with this exercise. So only go as far down as feels good to you. Yes, this towel should feel heavy if you're doing this correctly, or if you maybe have weak postural muscles.
1, rest.
Tossing that off to the side, we've got our traditional squat jumps. So we're going to pop out, land soft, pop out, land soft. We're going to get in a good smooth breathing rhythm with it. We are going to take the modified version if we need to. The modified version, your feet are never going to leave the ground.
2,
So I'll start with the regular version first. We're going to pop out, land soft, pop out, land soft. Modified version, pop out, feet don't leave the ground. Come up and stiffen. Feel that stiffness at the top, guys. That's what we're looking to get. That is your entryway into plyometrics. Get that stiffness as you come through. Breathe, team, breathe.
3, 2.
Okay, so time to lift heavy weight. Let's get down and do those TYIs. Lay down on your belly. Keep your forehead down on the mat. You are simply going to put your thumbs up. Lift the thumbs off the ground for a T, off the ground for a Y, and off the ground for an I. This is my sneaky little physical therapy exercises that I sneak into all of our workouts here. T, Y, I. Keep those elbows straight, guys. Come on. T. It's only your thumbs. Y. One more time. I. Reach. Oh, we get to go again. T. Y. I.
3,
And
1,
rest.
rest.
Okay, stay down for your plank jacks. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. Plank jacks, so your hands are under your shoulders, remember. They're not in push-up position. So we're going to set up with our long neck space. We are going to set the feet, and we're going to open and close those feet.
3,
Either quickly for our plyometric version or
go.
left foot over step for our modification. One at a time, guys, one at a time. The modified version is still challenging, guys. Remember rule 2 at FiXX Cycling. If you need a break, take it. If you need a break, take it. If you're losing form, take a break. Reset yourself. And last but not least, guys, we've got our plank reach. Now we are going to set up in our plank that we were just in. You know what to do. And then we are going to reach our hand out straight ahead into a Superman position. Now the modification would be doing that on our knees.
3,
I would like you to have your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Reach. Now your mission, since this is a rotary stability exercise, even if you're doing this on your knees, your mission is if you had a water bottle on your belt line, that the water bottle would not drop off to the side. We do not want you to rotate your pelvis, okay? So we want you to stay connected as much as possible.
rest.
All right, team, you made it through all the hard, sweaty stuff. Now that you're good and warm, we're going to do some very quality mobility work. This is where if you have a foam roller, I'd love you to grab it. If you don't, we're going to just simply roll up your towel like such in a foam roller type format, so just a nice round ball. And basically we're going to do some wonderful thoracic extension. So earlier, if you struggled with the overhead squats, you might not have a lot of mobility through your upper back. So I'd like you to set this foam roller in your mid-back. So for ladies, think about where your bra line is. For guys, think about just halfway in between your neck and your low back. And basically, you're just going to put your hands on the back of your head. Now, without letting your rib cage flare open, with keeping your rib cage down, I'd like you to see if you can get your head and hands down towards the ground. Inhale. We're going to do this 5 times. Each time I'm going to do this, I'm going to walk my roller to the next little vertebra in my spine. So I'm making my way up towards the neck. Now I have to work super hard to pull my rib cage down because it wants to completely flare open on these. So I'm walking down a little bit more. I gotta set that rib cage. Wow, I really feel that in my lats. I'm going to walk down a little bit more. We've got 2 more. This is a mobility exercise that you could do daily if you were doing it correctly. And I'm going to walk down one more time. And nice. Just getting a little bit of extension through that spine, that T-spine. So from here, we're going to simply do a little bit more spinal mobility. We're going to flip over and do some up dog. So hands are right there by your armpits. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale, and we're going to lengthen. You're going to inhale, come down. We're going to do 5 of each of these, guys. Take your time with mobility. Never work through sharp pain. Rule number 1 at FiXX is if it hurts, don't do it. Now you may feel pressure in your low back. The pressure is completely different from sharp pain. If that pressure is getting better as you go, that is a great sign. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up, lengthen, spread those collarbones apart. One more time, guys. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lengthen. And I'm going to shift our focus into the down dog now. So now we're going to tuck our toes under, lift those hips. Hips up, long knees, heels down. And I'm going to drop to my knees to kind of reset. Up and breathe. To my knees to reset. Hips up, long knees. Could you get your ankles a little closer this time? Woo, hammies. 2 more. One more time, guys. nice, very nice. So from here, we're gonna finish with a deep squat. So we're gonna be standing. We're gonna separate the feet and knees to where they're comfortable. Everyone's deep squat, feet and knees are gonna go a little different direction. Your main thing is to not go to a point of pain here. So we're gonna sink into that deep squat. I use my elbows to prop open my knees, so I can push both hands into one another. Now I'm thinking about lengthening the spine and tucking my chin back. So I'm gonna breathe, guys. We're gonna hold this for 10 seconds. I'm gonna kind of sway and try to move my right ankle and my left ankle by just kind of pushing one knee and the other. Just kind of letting my feet get my ankles nice and loose. Finishing up with a long spine, chin tucked back. Nice, guys. Week 4. We've got this, team. I miss you.